This is the Alcoa Point Henry complex, just out of Geelong.
The Curlewis Golf Club has secured its water future.
I think the lights will bring more joy to people's lives, whether it's through our football club or other events.
Welcome back, and thank you very much to Clonard College Media Studies Unit and their teacher Luke Wierzbowski for that opening to News Geelong this evening. More to come in this segment. Paula Contell, a local Geelong identity, is standing for the seat of Geelong in the coming Victorian state election. With a change in electoral boundaries, it's a very open contest, as Ian Nichols caught up with Paula for News Geelong.
We've chosen an iconic Geelong venue, the Carousel here, down on Eastern Beach, and what better place to talk to the Liberal candidate for the upcoming state election for the seat of Geelong in former radio personality Paula Contell. It's not that long ago that we spoke to Paula Contell at the end of her long and successful radio career. Do you think we can now replicate that in the world of politics, Paula?
Oh, that would be a really nice ending to the story, wouldn't it? Or a beginning, really, in many ways. I hope so. I've got a 4% margin in the seat of Geelong, but with Ian Tresize retiring at this month's election, I think that does open the door a crack for people perhaps to take a different view as they hit the ballot box and take a chance on someone else who's very Geelong and very positive about Geelong.
Well, you're a good choice, I have to say. You've got a very high profile. I'm being a radio person, I may be a little bit biased here, but certainly a lot of people know and love you, Paula, so you do have a bit of a head start there.
Well, I hope so. I have been part of the community since the day I was born. Born and bred, Baxter House, remember Highlight Park, lost money in Pyramid. I think you don't get much more Geelong than that, do you?
Well, you don't. But more importantly, right at this point of time, what is the mood of the electorate? Obviously, you're doing street walks, a bit of door knocking. You must be getting some very interesting feedback at this time.
Look, people are fantastic. I've been doing a lot of door knocking, Nico. I'm not leaving any stone unturned. I've in fact door knocked probably 12,000 homes in the electorate, given there are 40,000 homes in the Geelong electorate thereabouts. I'm part the way there, and by and large people are really nice. Of course you get a few people that are rusted on voters that are not going to look your way, but even they're usually very, very friendly. So I really like you, Paula, but on this occasion can't vote for you. But I would say 80% of people have been really positive, so I get a really good feeling about it.
Well, it's been an interesting election campaign so far. There's nothing new in all the promises that are made. It happens every time. But this time, Dennis Napthine, the leader, has been to Geelong. And, of course, he's made some pretty big announcements, including the revitalisation of the CBD, which is a hot topic at any time, isn't it?
Well, yeah, this is really great. And what I love about Dennis Napthine, our Premier, is a country man. He's from Winchelsea. He cares about regional cities like Geelong. He went to school at Chanel College here in Geelong. So he's not Melbourne-centric, and I really like that. But his recent announcement, the regional infrastructure program, $100 million that he'll be spending, that will be eligible to take part in to get funding for revitalisation of our CBD, for our arts precinct, for our sporting precincts. So this should go a long way, I think, to arresting the slow decline that's happening in our CBD.
Now, I know that you've been out on the hustings and you are getting a pretty good feel for things right now. What is your own personal goal? What's your number one priority for Geelong?
Well, it's hard to nail it down to one. I think the East-West Link Stage 2 is crucial for Geelong's future. And people say, but Paula, that's in Melbourne. But 13,000 Geelong people commute to work daily from the Geelong region. And to have that second river crossing into Melbourne, to halve the traffic that's currently banked up on the Westgate Bridge, any of those commuters will tell you that is crucial. If you're going to keep growing your city population, you can't not really build that second river crossing. We need to grow our infrastructure to grow our population. And Geelong is a growing city, and I think there'll be more and more people moving to Geelong with the work cover relocation, with the NDIA being centred here in Geelong. And just recently, the Australian Bureau of Statistics is coming into the Geelong CBD, another 250 jobs in our CBD. So there will be people wanting to commute back and forth, and we need that second river crossing.
Well, that's certainly, if I may say so, a pledge that Andrew Kados has made to the people down in South Barwon. So he's put that very high on the agenda. It's obviously something that the coalition believes in strongly.
We absolutely do, and I think it's forward thinking, and I think to do otherwise is really to go backwards. And I think it's the only way to go, and I really urge people to vote for the East-West Link for Geelong.
Well, knowing you as I do and having worked in radio for a long time, both at K-Rock and Bay FM, I know you're a very determined person and you do have some wonderful goals in mind. So all we can say from News Geelong is, may the best woman win.
Go the girls.
Continuing our series of interviews with political candidates, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. A good discussion with Paula Contell. Healthy Together Geelong is a top program within our city, and the media students from Clonard College report on this particular subject.
We'll cross over to an advocate for Healthy Together Geelong, Kylie Power, who's down at the pier. Kylie, are you there?
Hi, thanks for having me.
So what is Healthy Together Victoria?
Healthy Together Victoria is a state government initiative, and it's trying to basically get communities to take responsibility for the people in their area to be as healthy as they possibly can. So they have two approaches. One is looking at diet and the food we eat, and also the exercise and the activity levels of each specific community.
How is Clonard involved in Healthy Together Geelong?
So the way Clonard got involved is that we were approached by a lady called Michelle Hemley at Healthy Together Geelong. Now she is heading up the secondary schools aspect of Healthy Together Geelong in this area. She approached us about 8 months ago to see if Clonard would be involved, because she knew that we had a really good reputation for sort of healthy behaviours, and we were pretty proactive in a lot of things we did. So we sat down with her and thought that it fit really nicely with our Mind Matters whole school approach, which is looking at a whole school approach to wellbeing. So we've sort of coupled those two initiatives together, and we're working with both agencies to try and improve Clonard families and also the students' health.
And what's your role at Clonard?
So my role is the Assistant Principal of Pastoral Care here at Clonard, and part of that role is looking at proactive ways to intervene early and try and prevent things that go wrong with students and families. So, for example, we could look at our canteen and see if we could make sure that we use the traffic light system, for example. So try and put in a lot of green foods, which are really good. You can eat them all the time, and try and minimise the red foods. So schools have a really important role in preventative stuff, and that's why I really like their approach.
So you mentioned the Live Lighter campaign, and that's something Healthy Together Geelong endorsed. What exactly is it?
Okay, so through Healthy Together Geelong, they actually endorse and couple with other health promotion initiatives like Diabetes Victoria, all sorts of different initiatives, the National Heart Foundation, for example. But one of the campaigns they've taken on this year is the Live Lighter campaign. Now, you've seen probably some TV ads recently that have been on TV looking at toxic fat around our abdomen. So they are doing a bit of a scare campaign like the old TAC ads used to do about car crashes, but one of the aspects of that is an ad campaign trying to improve knowledge about obesity and fat around your stomach, but a lot behind the scenes goes on with that campaign, and it's about trying to promote healthy eating, giving recipe ideas to families, and doing a lot of events and education. So for a school, we've endorsed what Healthy Together Geelong have asked us to do, and we're promoting that as well. So things like canteen initiatives and sending off our canteen ladies to find out what the latest research to come up with some really healthy ideas for our girls.
How are the girls of Clonard? Are they healthy?
Yeah, really, really good. And you've got a really good reputation here at Clonard for promoting healthy lifestyles, but it is a perfect time to sort of target these people and try and get healthy behaviours happening before they get too old and these lifestyles and patterns and habits sort of take hold. And
why is Healthy Together Geelong important to you?
Well, Healthy Together Geelong is a health promotion initiative, and I'm quite passionate about health promotion. So it is not waiting for the problems to become a problem. They actually try and intervene and change behaviours early on. So if we can get kids eating well, active early, then they're less likely to end up with type 2 diabetes or obesity or anything like that.
Thanks for your time, Kylie.
No worries, it's a bit windy down here at the beach, but thanks for having me.
Thanks to our loyal viewers for watching us once again. I'm Sophie Hutchison. Good night.
Thank you, ladies. A job well done, and good on you, Clonard College, and well supported by Luke Wisbowski. This is News Geelong, and it's Friday night. We go to a break and we'll be back with sport and weather after this.